Hello everyone, welcome to a PI VAT and GD preparation course brought to you by Learning Made Easy team, a team of IIM grads in association with our e-learning partner gtcube.com. If you are watching this in our YouTube channel, do check out our full-length course available for free at gtcube.com/store. This video is going to talk about a specific type of questions being asked in a personal interview, and that category is GD and VAT related questions. So let's get started. So panel sometimes could also discuss regarding your VAT or GD in your personal interview, right? Let's say if it's a GD, they could ask you who performed well in your GD, right? And how did you perform in the GD, right? It's more like to bring the discussion back to your group discussion and your performance or someone else's performance, right? So if this question is being asked, try to be again obviously not negative. Do not comment on anyone as that person has been too aggressive or something. Yes, you can still say that someone was aggressive, but you can put it in a slightly diplomatic and slightly less you can tone it down so that it does not look like you're really depressed or you're really unhappy with someone's aggressiveness or something, right? You can just put it rather in this way, that I think so and so person could have toned his voice a little bit down so that the discussion could have been a little bit more pleasant or something, rather than saying I think that guy has been too aggressive, which has spoiled the entire group or something, right? It's just about how you put your words rather than what you really are conveying, right? It's all about presentation when you talk about slightly in a diplomatic manner. How did you perform or who performed well in your group discussion? You should unless you really feel, even if you feel you have not done really great, you should still put yourself as one of the good performers, right? And then you have to start justifying it, right? When you say how did you perform, you would say I have done a good job. Maybe if you feel you could have pitched in more points, or you had some more points, interesting points which you could not talk, just talk about that as well. But I think I've performed well, but I think I could have done better if I had chance to talk a couple more points like this and that. Maybe they might be interested and they could get into discussion on that, right? uh, what went well in your GD, what could have been better, right? This is again sort of how you evaluate your own performance. You say that so and so things went well, not just about your performance, it could be about as a whole GD. You feel that the group was nice, it was giving chance to everyone to speak, the group brought nice diverse points, something like you have to talk about how the group was having good arguments, unless the discussion was really haphazard, it went, it turned out to be a fish market, which could also happen. I see aspirants becoming becoming too aggressive because they're too under a lot of stress, or maybe they feel that they have to talk a lot to get their chance converted and stuff like that. And everyone is fighting for their own survival over there. So people do sometimes get too aggressive and sort of make it a mess. So it's good to be frank about it. As I said, when you're talking about something like a negative thing, just tone it down and put it in a slightly better and nicer manner. And what could have been better, you can obviously talk about how things could have gone better as a group. If you have something to talk about yourself as well, you can add that. But this, you have to be careful about understanding what the question is asking. Are they talking about what could have been gone better for me or for you, as a whole group discussion? And when it's a whole group discussion, it should not be about you, right? When it's about what could have been done better, what could have gone better in the group discussion, right? You should talk about the end outcome, how well the points were raised, how diverse the points were, right? It should be more about how good the discussion was rather than how well you performed. If it is about how what could have gone better for you, then you should talk about what you could have done better, or what you think would have been better for you. Then sometimes, or most probably, there's a question on that, there's a good chance of discussion going into this. That's basically asking about what you've written in your VAT and what you've talked in your group discussion. Let's say you've written something like HDI in your VAT, right? Human Development Index. Then the discussion could get started. Okay, you've written something on this. So what exactly is that? Can you explain me this point, or some jargon, some word you've put? And then the discussion could get built on it. And okay, where does India stand? In the global scale, and which country has the highest HDA. I'm sorry, which state has the highest HDA. This is more of an Indian thing. So which state has the highest HDA and stuff like that, right? You can get into that discussion. So when you write, make sure that you know what you're writing. That's also really important, because sometimes the panel could pull out your VAT and discuss on that, or maybe sometimes pick out a point you've talked in a group discussion. Do not think that whatever you make, let's say you make a stat, like 60% of something, some 60% of people in India are doing into service sector, which is absolutely a wrong claim, right? If the panel is getting into that discussion, you might be in a problem, right? So they might prove you wrong by pulling out other stats. So make sure that when you're making stats and making other statements or claims, you know what you're talking. That's really important in your group discussion or WAT, because there's a chance that they might come back. Sometimes they might not come back, but they know that what you've talked is not making any sense and might not give you a good score for that. Finally, they could also ask about what's your final take on the topic or conclusion on the topic, right? So again, if you conclude it well by talking about all the important points raised by different people in the group discussion, it looks like you've listened well in the group discussion. That would really fetch you a good score, right? Or maybe if it's not a group discussion, if it's a WAT, you have to stick to what you've written in your, in your WAT. The panel might try to argue from the other side. They might play a devil's advocate. You should be able to justify it and be able to handle those arguments and come out in favor of what you have argued for. Maybe if the discussion is to a level where you are very, very convinced to change, it's okay to change, but I would strongly recommend you to not change your stance just in the minor discussion that you have. You should be able to justify your stance by giving proper arguments. It's not just that I don't care what you're saying, I will just stick to this. That's not how it should come out. It should come out in a way where you're justifying your stance. That you can say that I agree with what you're saying, but I still feel like point 1, 2, 3 that I have talked in favor of my stance are really important, and so I believe that this is what it should be. These are some simple questions, or rather standard set of questions that could be asked on your WAT and GD performance, right? So we also have a full-length course, PI WAT and GD preparation made easy, available for an introductory offer of 199 rupees only. So you will get additional set of videos which would help you to understand your own, relive your entire life and know yourself better, so that would help you to perform well in your interviews. We also would give you good structures and pointers to prepare your own custom answers for tricky PI questions. We also help you with explaining some frameworks that would help you to structure your thought process so that you can be effective in the WAT, GD and PI rounds. We'll also show the application of these frameworks with some nice examples so that you can understand these applications better. So do check out this course which is available at gtcube.com/store. Thank you for watching this video. Do visit our website for full-length courses which is available for free as well as a paid one. If you're watching this in a YouTube channel, do check out these courses at gtcube.com/store. Also like our partners Facebook page. Thank you for watching this video. Let's meet in the next video.